So it's going to be a big Friday night full of quality high school football in the state of Texas. I mean, you got South Lake Carroll. I think that's Greg McElroy's old stomping ground. They're going after Midland High School. Quality team. North Shore is taking on South Oak Cliff. That's in Dallas, I think. South Oak Cliff is in Dallas, I think. I heard a lot about them. Westlake versus Prosper High School. Woo, boy. They're going to be knocking it. Oh, yeah. And lastly, Auburn is playing Baylor. Yeah, Baylor. Auburn is playing Baylor. Oh, how the average have fallen. Tide, Alabama fans, roll tide to you, and welcome back to Tide Sports. This is the Alabama Football Megacast and the People's Crimson Tide Network. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for thumbing over on whichever virtual space you have chosen today. Come on in, sit a spell, Tell a friend to lock me in to talk about your Crimson Tide's desires and destiny. Share a pound with a brother on the way in and drop it right on that subscribe button as you settle in. Come on in and apply a little pressure. Apply a little pressure on that share button and share this show. Share this channel with your friends, with the Crimson Tide Nation, and we will soar to 10,000 subscribers in no time flat. And remember, if I successfully stimulate the happy juice in your gray matter and make your funny bone jiggle, please let the algorithm know by clicking that like button. Poke that thing right in the eye. Poke it in the eye. Come on in, settle down. We're going to go an inch deep and a mile wide tonight. I got a lot to talk about. We got to cover. Alabama is going to Doak Campbell Stadium. Oh, my God. Alabama's going to Doak Campbell Stadium this Saturday, August 30th, 2:30 is on ABC. If you ain't got ABC, just go to somebody's house and look through the window. They're going to be watching it. They're going to be watching it. I mean, the Tide is favored by 13.5, but that ain't enough. We need more points pulled on their head. That's right. Now, get a little couple things out of the way. We have figured out what coaches will be on the field and who's going to be down in the press box. Coach DeBoer figured he's going to stay on the field, right where a general belongs, so he can feel the pulse of the game and look his players in the eye. You are a champion. You are dismissed. Go get yourself and get out of Tuscaloosa. Ryan Grubb is going up in the box. He's going to the box, so you're going to have a bird's eye view that lets him just dissect. Just. I wonder if he's going to wear a surgical mask where they got to wash his hands before he get to going on everybody. Kane Womack, he going to be on the field. He going to be in the trenches with his boys, barking orders and keeping that fire lit up under that feared, respected defense. If you don't think they're respected, you're going to find out. Jamarcus Shepard, he's headed on up. He's going on up. He's booth bound, y'all, because he has a knack for spotting coverages from up high and dialing up route adjustments. I like this. Like it's breaking out. Kapolovic, come on now. Offensive line coach, on the field. On the field. Sometimes, you have to grab somebody. He's kind of like a offensive line coach is the most hand-on, quarterback coach Nick Sheridan is going to be in the booth. He's not even going to be nowhere near the quarterbacks, they're saying. He's going to be learning under Grubb. He's going to be like, Grubb is going to be like Yoda, and he's going to be like young Luke Skywalker before he even knew what a lifesaver was, sitting there trying to balance pebbles in the middle of the air like a Padawan, you know what I'm saying? Just young, you know what I'm saying? See what it looks like to properly call a football game. Running backs coach going to be on the field. Tight ends coach is going to be in the booth. Freddie Roach. Where does Freddie Roach belong? He should be still playing somewhere. He got to be up there with the heartbeat of his front seven. You know what I'm saying? He going to stay in their ear. He going to stay in their head. Keep them pumped up. I can't think of my man used to do that for Muhammad Ali. Christian Robinson's going to be on the field. Energy, instincts. Got to keep that second level locked in. It's going to be on and cracking. I am so excited. I hope you all guys are excited too. Maurice, Linguist, DB Guru is going to be right there on the field. Got to keep them guys sharp. And we got a lot of DBs to manage. It's like 10 of them going to play. Well, at least, 8, 9, 10, not including the safeties. Oh, man. Safeties coach is going to be in the booth, see everything. So he helped Womack call all those coverages that they need to have. But the boy did a good job of splitting his staff up. You got the thinkers upstairs and the motivators down low on the field. Booth coaches, they're like run that thing like a chessboard when they're talking about playing, the strategy for the game and making adjustments. I hope we make adjustments on the fly. I don't want to wait till halftime. I don't want to wait till the end of the first quarter. If you see something you don't recognize, keep it moving. And you got to have those people on the field to bring that juice to keep the players locked in emotionally and physically. Communication will be tight with the headsets, so we got to work on those pre-planned signals and have no wasted motion because we do not want to give up scores. We do not want to blow opportunities because somebody can't hear or somebody think this is the same as that. I don't want that. Let's get it. Let's keep it all going. So there's going to be trust in Grubb's offensive skills and his mind and in the defensive fire of Coach Kane Wommack. So this ain't where about people sitting, It's just where Alabama plans to dominate FSU at every angle. Because everything is important, from the booth to the field. We're going to watch the Tide march on to glory. Now, in the interview this week with Coach Ryan Grubb, he went over to what he told the running backs concerning the injury to Jam Miller. Went down on August 16th. Surgery. The boy hopefully have him back by the Georgia game. I don't know. Hey, maybe the man made out of iron. I don't know. But got 3 games before then. But right now, somebody got to step up. What's going to be mentality? He wants them to embrace the mentality of next man up. What most good coaches say. No drama, no panic, just hard work and opportunities. These backs, they know the standard at Alabama, and they're hungry to prove that they belong out there on that field. So who we got up? Richard Young, redshirt sophomore, 5'11", 212. Daniel Hill, sophomore, 6'1", 244. That man said he want to be known as one of the toughest runners that the person that tackles him sees in their life. I like the way that sounds. Dre Washington, redshirt senior, 5'9", 216. Kevin Riley, redshirt freshman, 5'11", 191. They say he a little, he just AK Dip, freshman. He got it all. He don't have the experience. Probably still picking up weight at 6'1", 212. But when they break him down, they know that Richard Young is that physical runner, like a spark plug in the scrimmages. He gets the lineman juiced up. They see him in the hole hard. They try to block harder. He's improved his work on his catching out the backfield. He's responsible, tough, and he is respected by the coaching staff. Daniel Hill is a big body, strong in pass protection. He better be. Took time to to get going, but they say he picked up momentum, and he's like a freight train coming out the backfield now. He's worked on his eyes and instincts are improving fast when he breaks the line of scrimmage. He ain't exactly slow either, folks. Dre Washington, veteran with great vision. They say he's still working on that pass protection, so I don't know if that's going to cause them to skip over him to go to Kevin Riley, but he's building up. He's a steady presence, and he has shown to be reliable. He should be, he has not played a lot of SEC football, but he has played a lot of college football. Kevin Riley is a small back with grit. I don't know who's the smallest back we've had in a long time, because I could say Trent Richardson, but was Trent Richardson really small? I mean, he would have been not as tall as everybody else. I wouldn't call that man small, but they say Kevin Riley has excellent vision, and he's strong out of the backfield, and he was starting to flash at practice, which really pushed him up, I think, past AK Deer. But I know we're ready. FSU, 2-10 last year. They got 23 transfers brought in to revamp that team. They got a new defensive coordinator, but the Bama backs, they're going to have to take care of those pass rushers and show them what they're made of. They're not just there to get the ball in the end zone. They're there to make blocks that take out your starter if you ain't careful and get touchdowns. So it's time for the depth chart to prove it's not just about names. It ain't about having your name on the list. Oh, hello, grandmama. I'm second string, grandmama. No, it ain't about that. It's about being a playmaker at the University of Alabama. I love it. Grubb's got confidence, and the backs are responding like the football warriors that they are. Now, let's get down to a little business. People, I've been cracking jokes. I call this man Mighty Mouse. Not Mighty Mouse. I ain't going to talk about his statue. You can't help that. But he is a mighty mouth. But please know that Castellanos is not going to be a walk in the park. Kane Wommack said we got our work cut out for us. It's plain as day. If you don't contain him, he'll get away from you. And he's a dual threat quarterback who's slippery. He is slippery as a grease pig in a rainstorm. That's slippery, folks. I don't know if y'all have gotten to that kind of action. I have had opportunities to try to catch a pig in a rainstorm. Luckily, nobody did grease the pig. Now, he's an elite in his capability because really probably don't pass that well. Pocket awareness, he know when it's collapsing. It will be collapsing fast on Saturday. And he can turn broken plays into highlight reels. 1,000 yards before he kind of got dinged up in 2022 and 2023 got dinged up. And then he got benched. But he healthy now. That makes him dangerous. And with Gus Malzahn at his side, we don't know. I'm just going to remind you. I've got to remind you. Let's just remember for a second. Alabama's defense, before it really got installed, it gave up some yards last year to quarterbacks. Nico Iamaleava. I think I'm going to leave him. I'm going to leave them the Volunteers alone. 44 yards. That dude ain't even no speedster. 44 yards. Diego Pavia. Huh? His brothers. You may have seen them on that show. Anyway, I'm going to talk about that. His brothers, they wild. The boys wild. They look dangerous. Anyway, 56 yards. Vanderbilt. Byron Brown, USF, 108 yards. That's what we did last year. Let's not forget. And Jackson Arnold. Jackson Arnold coming out there running like Bo Jackson. 131 yards. 131 yards. That's what we did last year. Huh? 3 of those games that I just mentioned ended in L's. They're 9-3. 3 of these games are the 3 in that 9-3. So there's a stat we want to put on our wall. So Womack's talking about they've been tackling year round to prep for that kind of threat. Thank God. But Alabama finished 13th in the SEC in sacks. Lane Kiffin's team was number 1 in sacks. Come on, man. We got to do better. We had 25 sacks last year. We need to almost triple that. 2.5 times that. Something. This is crazy. So we got to find ways to create negative plays for them. Keep Castellanos from freelancing. And if this is how you get down, you get down like this. Just want to remind you, Castellanos stirred up the pot this summer. He reminded us. Because, I know nobody in Crimson Tide Nation knew this, and probably the people in Cinnamon Roll Nation didn't know this. He said they don't have Nick Saban to save them. Man, I thought Nick Saban was still on the staff. I could have sworn. Then he said, I just don't see them stopping me. Ooh. And I remember he went to ACC Media Days and said, we stand behind what I said. And when he did it, all this and that, there was nobody up there but him. But still, he said it. Said his team, they're going to help the whatever. But Alabama captains Deontay Lawson and Tim Keenan III, they fired back. They said, we won't forget what he said. All disrespect will be addressed accordingly. That's something like your principal say on my band. My band director would say something like that in high school. All disrespect. But, like I said, in July, he said, we stand on what I said. That's crazy. But bottom line is this. Castellanos is a problem. Alabama knows it. You got Rodale Williams coming back at you. They got 2 other running backs that want to run down everybody's throat. They got a couple people on defense that they want to do something with. But that offense, don't let them catch you slipping. So Womack has had them grinding all off season to fix last year's QB woes rather. But the fire is lit. There should be all the motivation this defense needs to come out and execute. Handle their responsibility. But now it's time to see who backs it up when the pads start popping. Now, maybe the worst could happen. You know what I'm saying? I always got to look at everything. But before I do, I'm going to the chat real quick. It's Me is up in the house. What's going on with you, It's Me? Let's see. It's Me says, it's time to dominate, brother. Yes, brother, it is time to just dominate. Baylor is bringing back most of their offense. It's Me has had me on this 5-peak. I'm holding up 5 fingers, and I'm kind of 87% confident that 5-peak is going to happen with all the chaos and turmoil we've heard out of their camp over there, we're gonna find out. They don't need to just win; they need to destroy these people. But you catch them right after Westlake Carroll, and all the other high school games. Right before the important games in Texas get going, I think they're gonna have the Baylor game on before that. Ismi says AU caught having Black and Miles part of their NIL packages. I have been a procurer of Black and Miles back in the day, sir. They are not good for those that plan on doing things physical or require what you call respiratory excellence. I heard they told me Black and Mild was the equivalent of 3 Newport Keys, and I think I was smoking both. I had to stop. Thank Jesus, you freed me. Woo! Anyway, it's me. Russ Prost is waiting at AU. Saw the yellow fella is at Coosa Christian High School game on Friday. Hey, man. Well, his name is on the field, so I'm not saying Russ Prost is waiting on him. Russ Prost did get a new job, but let's just say if you put my name on the field, I'm pretty much writing a huge check to you. So if I want to make some moves will be made, I think. Now, maybe the worst can happen, like I said. The tide falls to the cinnamon rolls, and oh man, anything is possible. Like KG said, anything is possible. What I saw last year, woo! But just what if? What if there's a great garnet gravity glitch? Some kind of freaking little physics stutters over Tallahassee, and it just impacts people in the Crimson jersey, and it makes us 12% heavier than they normally are. And all the kickoffs just travel all over the place, and the field goals are boomeranging back at the kicker, all kind of stuff, just leaving the SEC baffled. And maybe like mascot mind control. Warrior Osceola Spear just like got some kind of Wi-Fi in it that makes a tomahawk chop alpha waves hit your brain. Next thing you know, the Tide defense just every other player hopping off sides. We literally give up 300 yards from the defense. And Kane Womack got to spend his halftime instead of making adjustments. He ended up making them little triangle, 10-4 hats. The ones that wear down on the plains all day, every day. Or maybe there's just this, that maybe there's a time warp happens, and every time Alabama takes a timeout, it lasts 3 minutes. But every time FSU take a timeout, it lasts for 30 minutes. But we don't get none but the 3 minutes. And then we go to, they just endure better than we do because they got some kind of quantum leap happening at the game. And then Tommy, Mighty Mouth Castellanos, unlocks his inner Lamar Jackson and just has the day of all days as he goes and eats some kind of magical. He goes down to the Magic Kingdom and retrieves some kind of magic mango, and he just turns into Lamar Jackson. Go down to that Tallahassee Farmers Market. Great place, by the way. And he gets that doggone thing, and anything can happen, man. The Doak Campbell turf could be cursed. It could be cursed. All of our cleats just mysteriously just lose traction on third downs. Like we can't even move. We slipping and sliding, and it's not even raining. Then what really scares me and what really could kind of happen is that Ryan Grubb just, he just goes into the playbook and he starts calling crazy plays, and the boy calls him, what do you call it, man? He looked at the back of the book, and it's 2007 Nintendo playbook. This man been calling the halfback toss crack 17 times in a row. And then, even though it's 17 times in a row, FSU makes an adjustment by halftime, and they come back and take advantage of the fact that we calling the same play over and over again. And then, sometimes you can use music to mesmerize people. So what if the FSU band, they start playing Sweet Home Alabama in reverse, right? You know what I'm saying? And then like a portal opens up. And then you look at the sideline in horror as Nick Price is standing on the Alabama sideline for the first time, coaching his first game. And he's being assisted by those females that stopped him from coaching back in 2003. Wouldn't that be horrible? But there's one thing else that kind of scares me about this game. Maybe Mike Norvell says, you know what, man, somebody pass me my Hennessy and give me that paper bag right there. And he goes over to the corner and he starts steaming over there. And he just said, Gus, do your thing. And Gus just goes to some kind of super trance and he starts just bringing up ghosts of Auburn's past. And just total chaos is just released. And Alabama gets bombarded with triple reverses, flea flickers that somehow work, not once or twice, but all damn afternoon. So much the Alabama defense just unionizes in the middle of the game. And everybody took all 30 players that was going to play first, second string, and alternates. They just go and they say, we redshirting this year. Give me another coach. I bring those things up as ridiculous they sound. That is the only way that I see Florida State winning this game. As Jermaine Mims is saying, let's go Roll Tide. I think we will most likely see these scenarios develop right here during this game. All the computers got Alabama's back, 13-point favorite. We don't care nothing about that. The strong analytics that lean toward Alabama, it's a power signal, power ratings in the, market matchups. It's cute to win by 13, but we need to send a statement. We need total domination, just like Ismi said earlier. I think we're going to get a clear game and an environment management. It's a road opener, but I think Alabama has lived through a few of these national window spots before DeBoer, but still, I think we're going to have a clean operation. The installs are complete. And I think they took longer than a season to get them done. Terminology is settled. Players are in. Situational packages are tighter. As Kane Womack said about his defensive players last year, they knew what to do, but this year they understand what they're doing. I expect fewer self-inflicted wounds by the Alabama Crimson Tide compared to last year. The blue chip ratio, they say we're at the apex. We way up there on the blue chip ratio, so we have depth. We have experienced depth. We're sturdier in pass protection. We got a fresher pass rush, and I think we're going to see more special team explosions. Although I think we're going to see a couple of miscues on special teams. Like I said, I think over this season, there will be one game where all of our special team errors will culminate in one possible loss, or enough to make you throw out fresh beer. I'm talking it's because that's new, but I think you're going to see some explosives even Saturday from our special teams. We have depth. I think you're going to see an awesome trench rotation. We have about 7 to 10 reportedly defensive linemen and tackles and guards on that we should be rotating in. It's the recruiting quality that I think is going to wear down the cinnamon rolls in the first half. Even with James Smith questionable, and I think he is going to play, the depth chart is still loaded, folks. It's just still loaded. We're going to wear them down. Explosive plays, runaway, breaking in the secondary. I think you're going to see some explosive on defense, but they try to get 16 on offense. But they try to get 16 explosive plays on defense as well, and I think we're going to exceed that. I'm looking to have 20 what they call explosives or key plays on defense, and I hope we can match them on offense. Like motions, sacks, bunches, play action posts. DeBoer's offense is notorious for creating free runners with formation variety. I expect at least one shot, one scheme shot early, just to break the tension before halftime. I think there could be several. I think there could be several plays that will go over 25 yards on offense, whether by ground or by air. I just think they're going to have to try it. I think they're going to try it. I think they're going to be successful about 2 or 3 times. Situational football, special teams. We do have an edge in third down, third and medium. Red zone decision-making is where I'm really hoping that they fix that. They had problems in the red zone during their scrimmages on offense. The defense was not having an issue. I like that. So I don't like the former, but I do like the latter. Can't be giving up points in the red zone just because they got down there. Don't mean you can let them just walk into the end zone. So I think we'll get enough possessions too to really get some separation by the second quarter, and then just turn the lights off at third down. I think we're going to have more composure on a national level. As I said, Florida State has brought in a lot of players, but where are they from? I can tell you, we should know from experience, from our kicker experience, when you bring somebody from a program that doesn't get that much shine as Alabama or even FSU, they get inside Doak Walker Campbell Stadium and 80,000 going crazy, and the band is doing this. Takes time to adjust. I expect a lot of them, that Florida State players, that have mistakes because they just have never been on that level. They never had that kind of exposure. All of those guys are not coming from the Premier Four conferences. Some of them guys are coming from maybe even from FCS, but definitely come from group of 5 schools who don't play in front of large audiences all the time. So I think underdogs, they typically need chaos to go bite the favorite. And I don't think they're going to have enough chaos out there, really. I think we're going to get them down. We're going to wear them down. Our defense is going to be collapsing the pocket early and often because we need to get our sack totals up any way possible. As LT Overton, he did a lot of pressures, but he won more sacks. Same for Quay Russo, Keon Keeley, everybody out there. They want to get those sack totals up. Now, Thomas Castellanos, he is very elusive. I will grant him that. I know I couldn't catch him inside of Walmart unless he took all the Oreo cookies. Anyway, but he won't outrun the Alabama defense consistently for 4 quarters. Their weakness is their offensive line. It is piecemeal. It has been pieced together. That's not good for them because our defensive line is not piecemeal. They've been together. They've battled. They know each other. We got a lot of experience out there. Okay, I may not be the same about defensive line next year. But this year, woe unto thee who think this is going to be an easy day. Ty Simpson, he got to stay calm, collected, and he got to stay ready to lead. Grubb's message to him is simple. Just play ball, young man. Just play ball. He has the arm talent. A lot of people have questioned his mobility. A lot of people have questioned his mobility. Some people think this is this offense is capable of scoring 40 every game. That remains to be seen. But I'm saying some experts say that. I'm not an expert where I can say that, but I will let people know that this defense at Florida State gave up 28 points last year. A lot of them people gone. They run the 3-3-5. My favorite defense to play against. Absolutely hate it. I never want nobody to run a 3-3-5 at Alabama. I don't know what it is about it. It's just seems like I get people have been getting crushed by that for the last 3 years. Unless you play in that kind of conference, I don't see why. Unless you're playing like one of them group of 5s, I Big 12, Big 10, SEC, ACC, 3-3-5 is just not a good idea. I'm gonna just throw it out there. What's going on? What's going on, Get Musty? What's good, man? He's dropping by. Hey, man, thank you for dropping by. Get Musty. Let's see. Hey, Get Musty say, I love 3-3-5 when Bama runs. Yeah, exactly. I don't like it. It made me feel ugly. Florida State's secondary. Another sweet spot for the Crimson Tide. I know they can't handle our speed, but can they handle our nasty stuff? And when I say nasty stuff, I'm talking about Isaiah Horton. I'm talking about Rico Scott. But you know, this whole summer, they said my man Cole Adams been just catching everything. They don't even know who that is. Yeah, when he get on the field, I'm like, who that boy over there? Yeah, he catching everything. He is a possession receiver. He is the Ladd McConkey of this team. And not to mention, Jeremy Bernard runs everything. He running everything. We're going to stretch the field. Ryan Williams, Rico Scott going to be down there. The tight end's going to be over to the side. Cuevas and Isaiah Horton's going to be lurking, trying to get a possession. And then you're going to have Cole Adams and Jeremy Bernard. Just, I mean, they gave up 385 yards per game last year just in passing. Good luck in fixing that during the season. I don't think that's going to be fixed on Saturday. I think you can bank on that one. Alabama's defense is built for Castellanos. Why? Because Castellanos type quarterbacks killed us last year, you know? So Alabama has been like I said, tackling has been a focus. Edge containment drills have been a focus. They've been relentless with this. Womack's scheme will force him into bad throws, limit his explosive plays. No more Pavia and Jackson Arnold's moment in this 2025 defense. None of that. Beat us somewhere else. Not going to get beat with this stuff. Not no 131 yards to a dude who I have not confirmed whether he runs under a 4.6 right now. And I don't know how strong he was. He just was running wide open. Coaching mixed match. Now, Norvell, I'm sure he's a nice guy. I don't think he's as surgical as Kalen DeBoer. You know, they still recovering from a historic collapse. Now, some people say DeBoer had a historic collapse, being in Alabama going 9-3. Okay, if you feel that way, but Alabama's sideline will be more composed. We went through what's considered a tough season in Alabama. FSU, they're going to be scrambling. Second quarter, they're going to be like, Coach, you ain't said it was going to be like this. Oh, my back hurt. Alabama has that mental edge. We have national stakes at Alabama. We missed the playoffs last year. Number 8, we're hungry. Florida State, they're trying to forget about this nightmare they just had. I don't think that's the same focus. They're out there trying not to get embarrassed. We're out there trying to promote excellence throughout this program, throughout this game. To go back to where we belong as the Crimson Tide. I think we will play with purpose, or they will play with purpose. I ain't going out there. My health insurance don't cover me on SEC fields. Even after the game, I can't go out there. They're going to play with purpose, and once they smell blood, they are going to bury these cinnamon rolls in a wave of crimson pain. So the bottom line is, I think because of the market we in, SEC versus ACC, how we've reconstructed the roster since Saban's retirement, and just the continuity in coaching and just getting the right people in the right position and getting everything in there. I think the venue is the only thing that gives them an advantage in this game. It's just true. It's their house. But I don't care. If they don't come out there and stop this juggernaut who is ready to reclaim their place in college football, I don't think this team is going to be as big a problem as some people think. Like, oh, Florida State pulls it together. I could question that record they had 2 years ago based on who they played, but I ain't going there right now. But I think it showed. Very next year, fell apart. 2-10. I will tell everybody right now, if your team was under 500, get Mustard. The line of the game is Alabama 13.5, but I need more like 24. I need 24. I'm just telling everybody, if your team was under 500 last year, I have not heard about anybody in the transfer portal named Bo Jackson. I have not heard about anybody in the transfer portal named Calvin Johnson. I have not heard about anybody in the I heard Randy Moss in the portal. I've not heard of a Derrick Henry in the portal. Did Josh Jacobs put his contract? Did he put his contract down and come back? I know I have not heard of the legendary player being in that transfer portal. There's some great players, but not legendary. Florida, any team under 500 playing the Crimson Tide, you're going to need a legendary player. Somebody's going to become a legend for a team that was under 500 in 2024 to beat the Crimson Tide this year. I said it. Put it on your forehead. Write it down on a piece of paper. Take a picture. Stick it on the mirror in your bathroom. I said it, and I mean it. So for right now, it's time for me to pull these ribs out of the freezer and submerge them in my special concoction. I'll tell you what's in it. But if I did, my late grandmother would hunt you as you ate, and you don't want that. So just thinking about Granny, my grandmom said she was part Cherokee when I was little, but in my dreams, I still envision Grandma yelling, "Roll Tide." Let me run and get up out of here. Don't forget to give her brother a pound and hit that subscribe button and hit notifications so you'll know when I go live or drop a video. Let's see. Get must say, I think this looks decent for about a quarter, then it gets out of hand. Out of hand is my middle name. That don't make no sense, but but tell your friends Get Musty where they can find me on YouTube and Facebook, Tight Sports. I'm out there on Twitter, but hey, I can't do it. I just, it's too much. It's too much. It's much too much. Shout out to Sharpshooters Podcast. Folks like Get Musty. It's me, Jermaine Mims. Kangaroo Black is back. So glad he recovered his channel. Bama Mo. The Long Run with Piano Man, Rags, and Fitness. Roll Tide to you all. Thank you all for making Alabama great always. Peace to the brothers, though, at Auburn Addicts, Water Cooler Podcast, Bubba and Old Man. It's SEC season with my main man, Tez. I forgot Dustin, my boy over there at Up Tempo Podcast, coming out of Tampa, Florida, the Huggy Beard himself, Vandy Chris at the Golden Broom. Good day to you, sir. They are a fine group of Crimson Tide hating and doubting Americans. Get much say, I got you, bro. Well, I got you too, man. But you know, catch me Thursday. I'm gonna do some predictions on some kind of predictions for our season and maybe the records of some of the suckers that gonna try to take us down. That would be Thursday. I'm thinking between 4:30 and 5:30 because I think I got to go to a junior varsity game. Oh yeah, got to get out there. I think I got a JV game. But I'm not sure. So I will see you on Thursday right here on Tight Sports. And always remember, roll, tide, roll.